Now, ahead of the 2+2 dialogue between India and the United States, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to hold a virtual meeting with US President Joe Biden on Monday, that is tomorrow. The meeting comes at a time when the United States does not want to see an uptick in Russian energy imports by India. On his recent visit to India, US Deputy National Security Advisor Dalip Singh had said that Washington does not want to see a rapid acceleration in New Delhi's energy purchase from Moscow. India has bought about 13 million barrels of crude oil from Russia at discounted rates. The meeting will precede the fourth India-US 2+2 ministerial dialogue, which will be led by India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, and their US counterparts Secretary of Defence Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Antony Blinken. According to India's Ministry of External Affairs, the two leaders will review ongoing bilateral cooperation and exchange views in recent developments in South Asia. The meeting will also focus on the Indo-Pacific region and global issues of mutual interest. The White House has said that the meeting between both the leaders aims to further deepen ties between their governments, economies, and even people. President Biden and Prime Minister Modi had last spoken to each other during the Quad leaders meeting in March. And for more insights on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal is joining us live from New Delhi. Siddhant Sibal, hi, and it's good to see you. There is a lot of skepticism as to whether President Biden will try and pressure India to join their alliance against Russia. If this pops up, how is that likely to play out?
Well, it is obvious that the American side is going to use this platform to talk about their concerns regarding the Russian invasion. And this is not for the first time that any foreign leader, while speaking to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has commented on the Russian invasion. Just a few weeks ago, we saw the Japanese Prime Minister here in Delhi slamming and condemning Russia strongly while standing alongside the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So did the Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison during the virtual meeting. He talked about how there can be repercussions of what has happened in Ukraine in the Indo-Pacific. But by and large, tomorrow's meeting comes at a time when there is a lot of engagements, including the 2+2 meeting tomorrow. In fact, the virtual meeting happens at 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and it will be followed by the 2+2 meeting at 11:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So a lot of engagements focus not only on Russian invasion of Ukraine, but also on many things: Indo-Pacific, energy, defense, and of course the Quad as well, given the fact that later this year we will see the second in-person Quad meeting, the summit in Tokyo.
Siddhant, we are also receiving reports of members of the European delegation tour to India from the 11th of April, that is tomorrow. What's that about and what's on the agenda?
Well, that is largely a trade meeting. The focus will be on making sure that the trade pact is signed as soon as possible. This is the visit of European MEPs, Minister of Parliaments, and we know that India and the European Union are in touch with each other for a pact. India has already signed two important FTAs, one with Australia, the interim FTA recently signed, and of course with the UAE as well, which will come into effect in the month of May. So that remains the focus. But obviously, we know that this visit comes at a time when Europe is facing that major war. And this delegation comes and will be, of course, pointing out to, of course, the situation in Europe, the Russian invasion of Ukraine as well.
Live from New Delhi, I've been talking to our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Thank you. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.